We're talking with Lee and Cassie Coleman, grain growers from Cropper Creek, New South Wales, who developed Farm Simple, an app designed to help farmers become more efficient. So what inspired you to create Farm Simple?
We came home 10 years ago to farming, and my grandparents had 60 years of history written down in their diaries, and we just had no access to it. So we got busy doing exactly the same thing, writing it in our top pocket, and we had no access to it, and our staff had no access to it. And from that, we looked at what products are out there that can fit the bill.
I was forever chasing timesheets so that I could pay the staff and tracking down grain movements and entering it manually into Excel. And it was a very delayed process, and we were always looking in the rear view mirror, and we couldn't focus on building our business. We looked everywhere for an app and couldn't find one, so out of probably pure frustration we had to build our own.
So what are the practical advantages of using Farm Simple?
One really practical example is storage for us, grain storage. We have some large silos on farm, and we've had great examples of filling those storages and then going to 3 or 4 contracts out of that storage and being able to manage our commitment, so we either don't undercommit or overcommit and know exactly where we are on delivery.
The other good thing is that we've got the chemical inventory on there, so our agronomists can see exactly how much chemical we've got on farm and what we might need for the next spray recommendations. And by sharing our notebook with our staff, we've managed to get they're engaged with our business, and they offer input into the planning, and they look for areas that need improvement, and it's really opened the communication channels.
They see what's coming up, they can read what's on the forecast, what's on the job sheets, and they're planned for next week already because they know what's coming towards them. Look, one of the biggest things on that is capturing the data at point of execution. So one of the hates of farmers is we're geolocated, we're all over the place. So if operators can put it in at the time of doing the work, whether I'm loading a truck, whether a guy's driving a spray rig, that speeds up the process so much. It's one-time entry instead of us putting paperwork back into the office and then someone sitting down and doing it again a second time.
So what about from a business perspective?
Look, one of the things, as my background as an engineer was, I was used to benchmarking businesses, and being a high input, high output business, agriculture has a huge demand for benchmarking. We've been benchmarking with a company for 10 years, and it probably really lent us towards designing this product to suit that well. So to be able to drive out of the paddock at the end of harvest and have 90% of the info already in a format ready to benchmark really speeds up that process of reviewing your business, even down to talking with your bank and talking with your agronomist. That sort of tool is really, it presents very professionally, but it also gives you big efficiency. Instead of having to thumb through your notes and go, what did we grow, what was the tonnage? You've got that information at hand. That
all sounds great. How is it different from other apps?
Well, we tried many apps to cover all the areas of our business, and to keep that many apps updated was just impossible, and we couldn't get the buy-in of our staff. So to bring it all into the one place and where they're going to get paid out of as well, it really encourages them to get on and use it.
And designing the app in the first place that it looks after operators, not the manager. That way all of the data gets put in the first place. And that's easy to say it's built by farmers for farmers, but it's probably built by farmers for operators. And then the farmer gets the efficiency and the benefit out of it.
Thanks so much for joining us, Lee and Cassie. Looks like you've solved your own problems on farm, and a lot of our farmers will benefit as well.
Thanks so much, Claudine.
And the Rabo viewers, it's really good to talk straight to farmers.
Great to see farmers taking things into their own hands, Claudine, and hundreds of others are already using this as well.